For us, the main thing was to control their offensive rebounding. They got 10 offensive rebounds. We said we want to give them 10, like no more than 10, 10 or possibly less. That was a very, very important number for us in this game. The second thing was that we did a good job coming out of the half, keeping them to 14 in the second quarter and then keeping them to 11 points in the third quarter. Playing a good defensive game there. And that phase of the game was very, very important to, get this win.
Now a few questions from the fans watching the game at home.
Good evening, Coach. Actually, I have only one question. So, Rubit was great today. Can he still add something to his game?
That's a good question. Good evening. Yes, he can. What he can do, he's not a bad three-point shooter. His sweet spot is the long two. He just likes the long two more than the three. If he was 5 years younger, I would force him to shoot threes because he's pretty good at it, and you just get a point more for your shot. So having said that, for me it's okay if he steps out and shoots a three here and there.
Okay, no questions from media? Rytis?
Coach, talking about big guys, three-pointers, Jankūnas scored his first three-pointer of the season after 10 misses in a row. How unexpected or expected was that three-pointer by the captain, and how big of a gun can be Jankūnas three-pointer if he makes pointer?
Extremely. First of all, it didn't come as a surprise at all. We work on his three-pointer like literally every third day, like every day, but every game day, pretty precisely and pretty, and pretty specifically. So every time he shoots a three, I feel very confident. I get mad with him if he doesn't shoot, if he's open. So to answer your question, I was not surprised because I see him shoot that ball and shoot it well. And throughout his career, he's a 35% three-point shooter, which is, should allow you to shoot open threes. So I'm happy that he saw the ball go through, though.
Donati?
Coach, talking about the three-pointers, Artūras Milaknis made 5 threes, as much as in the last 7 EuroLeague games. How did you try to encourage Milas to stay in the rhythm and to keep in his shape?
Your numbers are great. First of all, it's good that it's good that I don't pay that much attention to that because then it could actually hurt you mentally. As I said here before. With Milas, if he doesn't shoot an open shot, then that's a problem, because that's what he does. Again, I repeat, he's top 3 in this league, history-wise, in three-point percentage. So, I was never ever worried about him making shots. It's all about getting a good shot and then pulling the trigger. So. Again, to answer your question, though, am I happy that it went through? Well, of course. On the offensive rebound by Yankee when he kicked the ball out to Mile for that shot, I think probably all of Lithuania smiled for a second because everybody was wishing him to see the ball go through the hoop, and then it is with shooters, that guy is one of the best shooters on the continent, he sees it go through once, boom, then he continues.
Joni?
Coach, overall, seeing the numbers on offense and defense, would you call it the best game of Žalgiris season so far?
I don't know, and it's almost almost unfair to other games. From my memory, I thought the FS game was an extremely good game on both ends as well. But I don't know if it really makes sense, like for me, to answer this question with yes or no and find another game. Bottom line is what you just said. The making the threes obviously helps you always, right? The quality of the 3-pointers, that was the main thing for me. Like us driving the basketball and then kicking it out for high percentage threes. That was good on the offensive end. And then you just said it, like defensively, in the last 2 EuroLeague games and in the last LKL games, we have stepped it up on the defensive end. And for me, again, the third quarter defensively was the big key. It was a big key to the success in this game. Was it the best or not? I really can't tell you.
Donati?
Coach, talking about the defense, Baskonia was very famous for their transition game and also all the physicality with the blocks, stealing the ball, offensive rebounds and stuff. How did they manage to shut down their transition game and match their physicality and win the boards the way you did, especially in the first half?
First of all, the focus on it. Transition defense and defensive rebounding were the biggest topics for this game. Transition defense is always a topic, but not necessarily a huge topic in this league. You've got to have it in check, but there are not like a lot of teams that really come at you consistently, and Baskonia is one of them, though. So we had a big focus on it. Then I don't want to take anything away from what we did, but if you make shots, it helps a lot, because if the ball goes through the hoop, it's much more difficult for the opponent to break fast, right? So, but again, I thought the guys had a very, very good focus on sprinting back, not crashing the glass out of positions where we do not want to crash the glass, and then also stopping the basketball with multiple guys. So I credit my guys for having a very good focus there.
Jonai?
Coach Paulius Jankūnas played almost 22 minutes. That's the most he's played this season. Can you talk about his impact on the game tonight?
His impact on the game was extremely high, on more, on different levels to me. The first thing was the alertness that he brought and the leadership that he brought. And this alertness and leadership shows in little details, in communication on the floor, in getting coverages right, in taking correct fouls, in making smart plays on the offensive end. And he had a good rhythm today, and therefore he was playing. His opponents were not easy matches. You've got Polonaro, who's extremely athletic, driving offensive rebound, and you've got Peters, one of the best shooters out there, and I thought he did a very, very good job. Proud of him.
Mindaugai?
Which you mentioned before that you're practicing with Paulius every third day his three-pointer shooting skills. Is there anyone in your team who is not practicing this three-pointer shooting particularly?
No, actually not. Like everybody's, everybody's working on his game. What I meant was that, pre-game and shoot around before games and individual work, our fours get very specific shots up and very specific three-pointers up, especially. So that was the reason why I was not surprised. I'm actually surprised to hear that he missed 10 shots so far in EuroLeague. I was not surprised for him making a shot, because again, I see it go in on a very consistent basis in practice.
Donati?
Coach, two EuroLeague wins in a row after 6 losses in a row, and in that breaking point of the losing streak, where your guys turned the situation around and started winning games again. What kind of team and locker room you saw, and what helped the team to come back to the winning path?
To be honest, it's exactly the same team. It's the same focus. It's the same work. So I cannot tell you a magic story, and it's not there at all. It's really game by game, and you know, in this, you can easily fall into. You can fall into a little run positively and negatively. You know, I thought on the games that we lost. If you think about it, like the Tel Aviv game was, you know, we got really like, you know, hit hard. That was a very difficult game for us. Other than that, all other games, you know, we found a way to give ourselves chances, you know, or we played a tight game. Like if you think about Real, you know, we led the game and, you know, we let it slip in the end. You also got to give Real credit for the quality in the end that they brought. But what I'm saying is, the group is the same, and we work every day, and it's practice for practice, and it's game by game, and really nothing changes. The quality of the group is that they're together. You know, they're together, and they have been together in the when we were losing games, and they're together here. So there is no difference. And again, like if you're in this animal, the only approach can be game by game. Nothing else works, because in 48 hours we've got like a highly talented Fenerbahce team coming in, you know. There's almost no time to think, you know, so you've got to just get ready, move on, and go from there.
Sivet, lažybos. Lošimo automatai. Ruletė. Neatsakingas lošimas gali sukelti priklausomybę.